Chapter 1: Docking without response. The station did not respond. The ship had been holding orbit for 9 minutes, and all automated communication channels remained silent. No distress beacon. No service signal. No background noise. Only the steady static of open space. "Repeating request," he said, more out of habit than necessity. There was no reply. According to official records, the station was listed as mothballed, but not abandoned. The last crew report had been transmitted only 3 months earlier. Routine maintenance. Normal readings. Nothing unusual. Too normal. The docking port appeared fully operational. Navigation lights blinked slowly, casting a cold white glow. That was what unsettled him. Abandoned structures rarely looked so orderly. "All right," he muttered. Manual approach. The magnets engaged with a soft metallic click. The ship shuddered slightly, then stabilized. For a brief moment, he had the strange impression that the station had responded, a subtle impulse, like a living body reacting to touch. He dismissed the thought. The airlock opened without resistance. Inside, the lights were on. Not emergency lighting. Not minimal systems, full illumination, as if the crew had stepped away only minutes ago. The air was breathable. Too breathable. He took his first step into the station, and the door behind him sealed automatically with a dry, final sound. Chapter 2: Maintenance Mode. The station greeted him with silence, but not emptiness. The corridors were clean. Not sterile, lived in. There was no dust on the floor, no signs of neglect on the panels, and the air circulated smoothly with a faint, steady hum. Too stable for a structure supposedly in standby mode. He moved slowly, following the internal map. Most sections were listed as sealed, but not powered down. Life support systems were running at full capacity, as if the crew were still aboard. Strange, he muttered, watching the readings. Temperature was evenly distributed. Pressure was normal. Even the lighting adjusted subtly as he walked, brightening where he passed. That wasn't part of any standard energy-saving protocol. He stopped at a maintenance terminal. The screen lit up instantly, without delay, as if it had been waiting. Station status. Active mode. Crew maintenance. There was no crew. He scrolled through the logs. The last entries ended abruptly. No emergency flags, no distress signals. Just silence. And then automated cycles, repeating endlessly. Pressure checks, air filtration, thermal adjustments. The station continued caring for those who were no longer there. Somewhere deep within the structure, a muffled metallic sound echoed, not a bang, not a malfunction. More like slow movement, as if something had shifted beneath the layers of the hull. He froze, listening. The sound did not repeat. Chapter 3: Living Quarters. The living quarters were located closer to the station's central ring. The air there was warmer, softer, almost comfortable, if comfort could exist in the vacuum of space. He entered the first cabin. The bed was neatly made. A mug stood secured to a narrow shelf by a magnetic strip, a dark, dried residue clinging to its interior. A photograph was mounted on the wall. A group of people in identical suits, smiling too widely for an official image. He recognized the standard gesture of deep space crews, raised fingers meaning still holding on. "You weren't planning to disappear," he said quietly. The next cabins looked much the same. Personal belongings untouched. Clothes folded. One locker stood slightly ajar, as if someone hadn't had time to close it. No signs of struggle. No signs of haste. In the common area, the dining space was set. Not literally, but the table was extended, chairs locked in place, and the food dispenser was active. He stepped closer. The screen flickered to life. Last order. 7 days ago, 7 days, and yet the system showed no reduction in activity. A chill ran down his spine. The station wasn't just waiting. It was still serving. As he left the section, he thought one of the lockers was closed differently than before. Just slightly. Enough to trigger instinct. He turned back. Everything was still. Chapter 4: Routine Protocols. He descended into the technical corridors, where residential pathways gave way to service routes. The walls were rougher here, the light colder, the ceiling lower, as if the station were closing in around him. After only a few steps, the speakers came alive. Presence detected. Roll. Crew member. Restoration protocol activated. He froze. Error, he said. Not. The system did not reply. Instead, the ventilation increased, equalizing pressure. The lighting softened. The temperature rose by half a degree. The station was adjusting. A navigation line appeared on the wall, a thin, bluish guide leading forward. There's no one left to restore, he muttered, yet his feet moved anyway. The line led him to a maintenance node servicing internal life support systems. Panels had been removed and stacked neatly against the wall. Not torn away. Removed. This was organized work. He noticed marks, not blood, not damage. Pressure impressions beneath the hull, as if the material itself had been breathing from within. The sensors showed stability. Even perfection. Too perfect, he whispered. When he turned back, the navigation line vanished. And the speakers softly, almost tenderly, said, "Adaptation process continues."